welcome to We Rise and Soar open house. Our first. We have to thank amazing, fabulous Eve, and beautiful Joyce is about to join us. And if you're unable to see us on LinkedIn, you will soon be able, if you're on LinkedIn and you go to my profile and you go to one of our events, look for Be Visible with Mel on YouTube. We'll put it in a comment. We'll make it a banner shortly, but just want to thank you for your patience. We had a Verizon outage this week. We had LinkedIn issues today. And as exquisite Eve and Jonathan Howard and Mom, who's in the background, taught Mel a long time ago. And today, our first We Rise and Soar open house, and that is the purpose of it. And that logo that you see in the upper left-hand corner and these frames and all these gorgeous graphics, Exquisite Eve is an absolute wizard. For those of us who have not met, and if you're on YouTube, I'm unable to see your comments at the moment. So we will definitely, Jay Trevidi is here. And LinkedIn is having integration issues. So I can see your comments, but no one on YouTube can see your comments. Know that we love you and we appreciate you. Welcome to We Rise and Soar. And Eve will tell us a little bit more about it later. And Carla will tell you how Mel has been dancing and jamming all week. It's not an easy thing. Oh, Merrill Cass. Hey, we have LinkedIn integration. Finally. Hey, John, welcome. William Rochelle in the house. This gentleman on Substack, on YouTube, has a voice. Hello, 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 my friend. For those of you popping in to join us, if you have a glass, grab it. And if you don't have a glass this week because you're driving, you'll have an opportunity. Joyce is prepared. Carla is prepared. And Eve is prepared. And Mel, who just walked in the door, has a Premier protein shake. We love sponsorships. Felipe, hey, how you doing? Kimberly, how are you? Beautiful Cheryl is in the green studio. And Felipe, happy Friday. Felipe, I am looking forward to seeing you on Disruptive Business Leadership in a couple of hours. Peter from the UK. Peter, this is Exquisite Eve in the bottom right with that beautiful lipstick, who I promised to introduce you to. It will happen tonight. And Leanna, snowy Minnesota. Leanna, you are sending your snow our way. Unfortunately, I'm not at home at the moment. But for those who haven't joined us before, welcome. So at open houses, and beautiful Eve is around, our open houses started, I met Eve in Eve, it's been a bit. It's over 10 years, I think. But Eve and I had a chance to connect for my first hybrid event. And Eve, turns out, on the virtual day, on Zoom, Eve joined us from Kyiv. And Eve made us global. It started the beginning of a Be Visible village. And Michael Roach is in the house. Michael from Event Alchemy. So thank you for really just joining us. Michael's somebody who used to come to our open houses. So we're not going to start the whole boring of the beginning, because it's on my Be Visible with Mel page on LinkedIn, and we'll share the story over time. But we haven't met. Jay wants to know where the gents were. Jay, we invited the gents. And Jay will make sure. Michael Roach is there. We'll ask Michael to put this on his calendar for January 30th, because Michael has been to our wonderful open houses. And Jay, this is just like I said to Merrill a couple of weeks ago. These are the ladies who are part of the village, because sometimes as people, as entrepreneurs, in our world, it's the ladies who give us the hand, who open the doors. And it's the wonderful men. And Rick Shearer, Joyce, and I tried to persuade Rick to be here, but Rick is moving between 4 houses at the moment. We absolutely love him. And Kimberly is joining us from Chicago. And Kenneth says, no lipstick here. Kenneth, I don't have any on today either. While we are here, and while these wonderful ladies are here today, as Leslie Flowers would laughingly say, and I appreciate Meryl's warning that there were LinkedIn integration issues, for the first time, I am live streaming, second time actually, to Be Visible with Mel on YouTube. And if Be Visible with Mel on YouTube hits 100 subscribers today, and we're this close, we'll be able to say to Carla, happy birthday, with true wonderful energy next week as we're early celebrating. So I promised you toast, and we're celebrating life because we're in a fragile AI world, as I call it. And I asked my beautiful mom not to welcome Cheryl. I asked my beautiful mom not to ever watch my live stream. So mom is sitting here as I'm in her living room, of course. So as they say never. Felipe, you want the snow? Come to the Hudson Valley. Go see Liana. At any rate, this toast, first toast, not only to you for joining us and breaking the tradition, we are live streaming for the second time to LinkedIn, to YouTube, and to Meta. And Meta will evaporate. So if you're on Meta, come check out LinkedIn or check out YouTube for a replay. And as we're toasting to Carla, we're toasting to you. We're toasting to the Be Visible Village. And I'm really going to shush for a hot second. And we're going to let Exquisite Eve, who is traveling the farthest on screen today, to talk to for a little bit. And Eve, I know my love. I know my love. You don't mind a spotlight. So I am William. I know you got kicked off. Come find us on YouTube. We're all getting kicked off on LinkedIn. That's why we're live streaming. And thank you, Meryl, for the note letting me know Leslie had a problem 2 hours ago because I was on the road. So, Exquisite Eve, without further ado, kick us off a little bit. Our open houses, you have a chance to speak for a couple of minutes. Eve and Carla are going to speak for longer. Why? Because it's Carla's birthday next week. And we're really here because Eve helped us kick off the village. Then we're going to let beautiful Joyce. Ooh, Joyce. I can't wait to meet you in person. And then we're going to let the magic of amazing Cheryl kind of tune in. So that'll be the order. And at open houses, usually you'll have about 2 minutes to speak. It's a chance to share and offer. It's a chance to share something magical that's happening in your world. And it's a chance, if you're not on LinkedIn, to let others know where they can find you. But we're really here because of Exquisite Eve and Jonathan Howard, who way back when told Be Visible with Mel, who at the time was Increase Your Visibility. They said, Mel, you share all our stuff. Where's yours? So we're really here because of Eve. So we're going to spotlight her for a bit. We'll be back.
Thank you so much. So I'm absolutely unprepared. Thank you so much. Melanie sent me the link today and she was like, okay, you're going to talk today a little bit. And she didn't tell me what I'm going to talk about. So a lot of fun. What I'm going to share about today, it's probably all about communication and the subject which I was looking for the last 1.5 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I'm researching the leadership and communication and how people can show up even when they have a lot of trouble in life, when they're grieving, when they have problems with their communication for whatever circumstances they're in. For example, for me, it's evacuation from Kiev and temporary. I live in London at the moment, so UK is my second motherland right now. But the thing is, we all have circumstances which are not making us happy for whatever reason, but still I'm absolutely love Mel's courage. I absolutely love courage of all the ladies in the room. I love We Rise and Soar because it's always been an incredible community of people who show up no matter what. So, in circumstances when they are not comfortable, the thing is you can build momentum, you can learn how to communicate, you can learn how to show up and encourage even more people. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm so grateful for Mel to giving me this opportunity to talk and introduce the community when you can be safely, when you can communicate, the community which will actually help you to go through certain difficult moments and help you to move forward in your leadership and your entrepreneurships and in whatever goals you want to achieve. Thank you so much, Mel, for hosting this amazing community. And thank you so much for everybody in this community because it's absolutely lovely and amazing. That's it for me. So please give me other people back. Let's have communication on this story.
Okay, we're gonna bring a lot of other people back, and I really want to thank Exquisite Eve. So what she didn't say is Eve also has an amazing YouTube channel. She's the woman who helped me get out of the blue glare of the glasses. When you look at some of our older stuff, which Carla has been patiently editing, you'll see Mel in every video with the glasses with the blue glare. These are anti-glare, unless we're in the sun, hot, hot. Or if you're an optometrist, you let me know. I'll come see you for my next pair. But what I want to thank you is, I also want to thank John Werner for subscribing to YouTube. I want to thank y'all for being here on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. Woo! And without further ado, and I know better, if I put Carla in solo, look at Carla's head. Did you see that cute little head? Tilt sideways. And I also want to introduce Saul Carla as the sponsor for our upcoming Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World. Another beautiful Eve logo, which I promise to share more about. As you're hearing more from Carla, look her up for Impossible Live, Girl on Fire. Check out Eve also, because Eve's also in our resources on great marketing. And she joined us as a guest, not just get me out of my head. And Cheryl, who's with us, who I'm giving a little bit of time to Cheryl taught me a soul language. So Eve and Jonathan, let the introvert come out and play. And Carla, let us know, beautiful. Let us know a little bit more about you and Virtue Link headquarters suite and all of your amazing talents. And just to let you know, everything that's on YouTube, 95% of it has Carla's magical fingers on it. And I just want to thank you as you're celebrating your birthday and as we are going to meet in person finally this year, and I cannot wait. But Carla, let us know a little bit about you. Let's see. No sound, not a bit. Can anybody else hear Carla? Can y'all hear Carla? No one can hear Carla. Okay. We heard Carla before. William asks, what is a soul language? Cheryl, William wants to know what a soul language is. What would you say is the quickest way to grasp a soul language while Carla's working on her sound? Uh-oh, look at I'm making Cheryl think. We also can't hear Cheryl. Wild. Okay, so Eve, can
Can
we
you
still
hear
hear
me?
you? All right, Eve's sound is working. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. If you're in events, you're afraid to go live. As Cheryl would say, this is a universal test in resilience. Take away our platforms, add one. No mic, we'll have to start typing in comments on LinkedIn and YouTube. But while Carla cannot be heard, and she'll stop me when Carla, you chose to mute yourself. Try it again. Still can't hear you. That's crazy. At any rate, we now have a StreamYard thing. William, Cheryl taught me a soul language. That's the part when we tap into our core and we really learn to find our own voice. For me, it came through working with Cheryl in conjunction with a deep dive in a trust journey. I went, and my poor mom is here, and she's like, shush my kid up. I'm the daughter of a scholar in my living room. But a soul language is when we start really speaking what's inside of it. It's in our core. Eve, what would you say is a soul language?
I'm not an expert in soul language for sure. I know the communication languages, and soul languages have so many definitions. So, really, we have an expert in the house for that.
Yes, we do. An expert who's Mike. And it's really funny because on my end, it shows that people have chosen to mute themselves and they have not. Carla, this is not so funny. This is the only other way to test and kind of open our mics before we close in about 25 minutes would be to temporarily leave and pop back in. But I really I have, as you would say, we have no words. This is kind of like a post that Bill put up, William Rochelle put up the other day about some changes in the healthcare system. Joyce, how are you? Are you able to speak, Joyce?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And Bill says beautiful. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anybody in our open house while you're here who has a YouTube channel, put it in. We'll shout you out. And that's what we do. We're shouting each other out. Joyce, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. And welcome Marcelo from Team Live. Joyce, did we ever think when we started talking as a result of Business Mentor New York, which is no longer available, did we ever think that here we would be? And we were like, Rick. So, Joyce, we got to work on getting Rick here because Eve will have a lot of fun messing with Rick, and so will Carla. Tell us about you, wonderful Joyce. Take a couple of minutes, take your time.
Okay. Um, Thank you so much for having me. My name is Joyce Francis. I am a lot of things. The thing that's nearest to my heart is elder care. I am the founder of Omega Elder Care Services. I am a licensed master social worker, a geriatric care manager, a court evaluator and guardian, and all within the context of elder care. Elder care to me is the most important thing I've done. I've been a caregiver both personally and professionally, and elder care holds a special place in my heart, not just because of having elderly parents and clients who've been ill, but and needing my help, but because of what it allows me to do as a contributing member of my society. In America, we are not proud of growing old. Where I grew up, the elderly were valued. The older ladies sat in the market every single Saturday selling their wares, but mostly talking to each other and catching up with whatever went on that they happened to miss during the week.
As they say, show must go on. What's really interesting is at the moment, we're unable to stream to LinkedIn. So, what I wanted to say to you is as we're readjusting, And as Carla and Exquisite Eve and Cheryl and others, anybody who was on LinkedIn, StreamYard just zapped out a StreamYard on air account. And whatever's happening, really, really, really unique. But I really want to thank you just for joining me today. If you have an access uh, to our YouTube account, and I would really just want to thank you, is our YouTube. I'm going to put the link in there so that you can find it. And one of the things I'd love to invite you to do is, if you are on YouTube and you are watching us and now we're back, is if you could reshare, uh, just reshare and come hang out with us. And please join us on YouTube. And here is Exquisite Eve.
Oh, hello.
Eve, we can't make this ish up, can we?
Oh, yeah. You remember
You
our
know,
first series with Jonathan when we were actually aiming to do every tech mistake ever, and we succeeded with that, I have to tell you. But I think our streams were like 3 hours long. We had a lot of
Mhm.
fun. Nobody watched us, and it was amazing. We actually just were laughing like for 3 hours on public. I think
Mm.
those streams are somewhere there on Facebook. I think we all
Well,
need to
Jay
rewatch
says
that.
welcome back. So thanks for joining us on YouTube. While you're on YouTube, please subscribe. We're gonna make Carla's birthday celebration amazing. And Jay, do me a favor, Jay. Let people know in the comments. Pop it into the chats if you can. Send it to Meryl. Meryl will send it to every bat channel. Beautiful Eve spent 10 years in India. Eve, do you see that? His comment? That's amazing. He wants to speak Hindi to you. Eve is okay.
अरे यार, I don't know Hindi. So थोड़ा really थोड़ा समझती हूँ, so not that.
Well, Jay, I hope that helps. The funniest part about this is that we are laughing all over the place about the technology issues that are happening today, and we don't usually just hang out like this. So Carla is here. That's amazing. Carla, you found us. Is your mic working?
Is my mic working?
Yes.
Woo! So technology, and Carla and Eve really understand this much better than I do, and we're really going to explore it a little more as we do culture in a fragile AI world. But Carla, while we have you, and I know you got to leave us in 8 minutes, and I know we lost our LinkedIn people. I have to put our YouTube link in. So Jay, can you put the YouTube link in the LinkedIn chat? And yes, Jay, there's tremendous diversity in the Be Visible Village, in the We Rise and Soar Village. It's inclusive, kind, humans only. Carla, before you have to leave us, my love,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about you and your magic and virtual link suite.
First of all, I'm glad to be back. I was glad to be here to begin with in the first place. But now
Yep, we have to give this same link to Joyce and to Cheryl, and I will work on that.
And so, I'm Carla Sellers, and I've been a virtual assistant for 15 plus years. I did a little bit of everything, blogging, and then recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, I got into some video editing. And like Mel was saying, I do a lot of YouTube editing and things like that. So one of the problems I saw, I love working from home most of the time until someone comes up and says, now, what do you do? And it's really, really hard sometimes to explain to them, well, I work from home. Well, but what do you do? And so I found that difficult. Even my family sometimes, it's like, what does Carla do? Well, she's on the computer. I don't know. But another thing that was really difficult for me was to have the fact that I'm all alone here in my house. I don't go to the water cooler and talk to anybody. I don't have lunch with anybody. And so what I realized was virtual assistants has a really hard time getting out, meeting people, networking, and all of that. So I guess a year ago now, I started working on a platform for virtual assistants. I'm hoping to have it live in the next month. It's Virtual Link Suite HQ. For a long time, it was just Virtual Link Suite, but then I thought, you know what? This is going to be a headquarters for virtual assistants. So we'll put the HQ on there with it. When they get into the platform, they'll be able to talk to each other, work with each other. We're going to bring businesses and companies in that do educational things for the virtual assistants, where the virtual assistants can go in and select someone maybe that they might need assistance from. Another thing that we'd like to see is bringing businesses in so that the businesses can take a look at the virtual assistants and maybe select one-on-one someone that they would like to work with. So bringing a lot of environments together, spending time together. And I hope with that everyone will begin to know what a virtual assistant does, how busy they work, how hard they work, and go from there. And I'm so glad that I met Mel. Was it 3 years ago, Mel?
Actually, Carla, we met a little bit over 4 years ago.
4 years.
We met thanks to amazing Ann Schwab,
Absolutely.
who is also a fantastic, our newest, most wonderful team member, Ann Schwab. And Ann introduced me to Carla, and Carla and I started working together, Eve will laugh, on creating connections to scale. Carla knew I was going to work on videos, and she knew I was recording videos, and Eve had an amazing visibility gym in which I was practicing with content. And Carla sent me a blueprint for creating connections to scale. Carla also has been here for the very, very beginning of the Ignite Trust journey. She's been here since the very beginning of the Mental Fitness for Life journey. Carla has been here for the beginning of the Cultivate Trust journey, for the beginning of the Event Alchemy Experiences journey. For those of you who are looking at our graphics on YouTube, since Jay, that's where we are. And Jay, you did not share this link with anybody on LinkedIn. But I'm laughing as we're talking about sharing and ways of opening up our world. That's what we're here to help each other do. And Carla's our sponsor for Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World.
Absolutely.
The important part for those of you who missed the gap, we're here on January 16th, January 17th in some other countries, but we'll be returning Eastern Standard Time on January 30th at 1:11 p.m. when the guests you invite who register, crossing our fingers, StreamYard and LinkedIn willing, Jay, my YouTube link, Jay, is the link that I need you to share there. And that's a perfect idea. So Joyce, do me a favor. Joyce, my love, you were sharing from such a place, such a place. And StreamYard was not so kind. Let's raise our glasses again. Toast to Carla's birthday.
Happy birthday, Carla.
Woohoo! Joyce, take us away.
I take it we're starting over. Okay. I'm Joyce Francis, founder of Omega Elder Care Services. I'm a licensed master social worker, a court evaluator, and a geriatric care manager. Elder care to me is a crucial part of my existence. It isn't a hobby. It's never been a hobby. I've been a caregiver both personally and professionally. Where I grew up, anybody over a certain age, and some of them, they didn't even know how old they were, because I would ask my father how old so-and-so was, and he'd say, I don't think she knows. But they were valued, especially, there were so many older women. They would sit in the market every Saturday and talk about whatever they felt like talking about. Nobody interrupted them. and they all seemed to be friends. But mostly it was a social occasion. They weren't so much as selling their produce or things they'd made as they were being in community. When I started looking around in this society, I was struck by how devalued people are, because of the way they look, because of the way they sound, because somebody decides they're just not worthy. That has never computed with me, and it won't ever make any sense. But here we are in a day and age where if you're a certain age, you're supposed to quit your job, whether or not you are the most qualified person in it. Bishop of New York was just sent on his merry way because he turned 75. A lot of things are backwards in our society. And my little part will be to do my very best to advocate for the elderly. There are people who I've encountered who have money, and that's all they have. They don't have anybody to speak for them. They don't even have anybody to walk them to the corner. Things aren't okay. So as a geriatric care manager, as the founder of Omega Care Elder Care Services, I will be doing my very best to get in trouble on a fairly regular basis to speak up for anybody who requires my help, who requires my voice, because that's why I have a voice. My dad taught me to speak up, to advocate. I went to Daddy Boot Camp to advocate for whatever I felt was right. I am not in the position to try to run anybody else's life, but I'm going to do my very best for my clients. As I said, I've been a caregiver both personally and professionally, and it is my mission to be there, to do my very best, to open my mouth, and to say when I think things don't make any sense. So that's what I will be doing. You can count on me. Thank you, Mel.
What was so challenging about this, Joyce, and you said it so beautifully earlier, is Joyce, I had the pleasure of meeting in a Business Mentor New York program that no longer exists. And Joyce selected me as a mentor. I was honored. So for years, I got to hear this beautiful woman's voice, and I got to hear her voice at a perspective and a point where she was just mentioning about elder care, and I wasn't there yet. We don't see the issues. As Jay was trying to get Joyce, Joyce is definitely full of joy. You got it, Jay. But as Exquisite Eve was speaking, Jay wanted her to speak Hindi. And he mentioned how diverse group we are. And Joyce is full of joy. And she's full of a joy to inspire caregivers. Joyce, you have a resource on your website for caregivers and people who also need their eyes open about elder care. And please share that with us. Or if you put your website in the comments or the private chat, and when we get eventually, when LinkedIn resurrects itself, because Joyce, you're going to laugh, Jay is able to see it. He's able to see your data on LinkedIn, and we'll shout you out.
Okay.
Carla, same thing with Virtual Link Suite. We'll put all the materials in there. We'll put the link in there, because as Jay said, Jay, may the force be with you. Jay is joining us for Impossible Live. He is a young Jedi, and he's joining us for Impossible Live on May 4th. May the force be with us. He's also a Marvel Universe superheroes guy, and he's become an amazing, amazing, amazing speaker. And he's speaking about YouTube. So he's speaking about leadership. He's speaking about choices. He's speaking about how to navigate our world. Unfortunately, we truly lost Cheryl. And I know Cheryl is probably picking up her handsome son. I know Lachelle Atkins. We had invited Lachelle to join us because, as Eve said, our We Rise and Soar Village kind of nourished us a bit through parts of our open houses, nourished us. And We Rise and Soar did through parts of the pandemic. It became a way and a place for us just to have a place to belong, to see each other, to know each other. And Joyce is amazing at having put her links into studio chat. And Shell and Mel, let me tell you, because Melanie Mitchell Wexler will be running a LinkedIn clinic shortly. And Shell and Mel are part of the LinkedIn Rockstar Academy. As we're shouting some people out, what you're going to laugh is that Joyce is a proud member of their first cohort. And I am also going to put, thank you for putting that in the private chat, but I'm also going to put Joyce's, this is Joyce's LinkedIn profile, but Joyce has a website where you can get this amazing resource that she just described for elder care. Please share it with somebody you know. And my poor mom will wonder sooner or later when she's getting her house back. But you're going to laugh. On the 30th, when you invite friends to register, and when you invite many friends to register, you'll win door prize entries. And we're giving out door prizes on the 30th. So today was supposed to be 45 minutes. LinkedIn had other ideas. Here we are on Meta and on YouTube. And beautiful Carla, we'll find a way to patch these together so you really have a chance, just like the bloopers of when Shel Shapiro and I went live in Spaces to Emerge, and Shel Shapiro got kicked out 6 or 7 times as we were about to announce news. So the important things, if you're just joining us on YouTube for the first time, you're going to notice there are a bunch of playlists for the amazing videos that beautiful, beautiful Carla has helped us put together. In every one of them, you're going to have a chance to see Eve's beautiful graphics, and Carla's adding her beautiful graphics as we are starting to evolve. So you're going to laugh. That was so not an accident. I am on the board of Fearless Hudson Valley, who is celebrating our 40th anniversary at the Celebration of Hope Gala. Mom, get your dancing shoes out. There's a gala. It's going to honor the legacy founders who helped us in the sense, and helped us because I didn't have a lens for this. We have family members who were victims of domestic violence. One who also lost her life as a result of gun violence. When you ask me why I raise funds for Fearless, there is absolutely no accident. Universe said, my fundraising hat, as the board meeting was last night and the gala meeting was last week. And there is a Fearless playlist on our YouTube channel. You'll see in there other ways to help. Right now, they're collecting backpacks and supplies for human trafficking, blue backpacks. There's a link to an Amazon wish list. But what I want to say is, Carla and I are going to pop back on the 26th for Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World. You'll see more about the graphics. When Carla splices this magically together, you will even see a graphic. At that Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World webinar, you're going to have a chance to ask questions, to see Carla with working technology, to meet amazing Bob Woods. They're going to help us launch Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World. As Eve said before, I sent her the link. This beautiful woman who I miss And this beautiful woman, she's here. She's part of the spirit in the village. She and Erin Strayer helped me create. I want to thank you because somebody called me loquacious the other day. S. Scott Mason. I don't know. But mom is like, yeah, you haven't exactly shushed up. But as Joyce would say, on her website resource, as we're sharing resources, Joyce would say that she has a wonderful resource, a 10-point guide to evaluating assisted living resources. It's on her website at the link before. It's free and it can be downloaded. As we say, We Rise and Soar is about shouting each other out, spreading some seeds in between. Our next We Rise and Soar open house is on January 30th. We'll have to live stream it to YouTube because the rest of the technology did not work. And we want to thank you for joining us to celebrate Carla's birthday early. To celebrate Joyce's website and this fantastic 10-point guide that she's putting up. We want to thank you because my poor mom is like, hey, you'll laugh. This is the message normally for Impossible Live. We're going to put it up today to remind you, whatever platform you're on, Impossible Live is on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern with a guest for about 45 minutes, just Mel for 22 minutes, as my mother is begging me silently with her beautiful eyes for her house back, for her peace back, for her space back. And I would put mom on camera because my mom, this has to come from somewhere. My mom, I learned this in the womb. So we want to thank you so much for joining us for our very, very first We Rise and Soar open house in multiple parts on multiple platforms. And if you know someone at StreamYard, if you know someone at StreamYard, we would love, before I have a chance to pop into the StreamYard experts group and ask what happened today, but Carla's got an extra E in her link, but it's Virtual Link Suite HQ. And you'll see the LinkedIn page at Virtual Link Suite. Also, the webinar series, I'm going to tag and shout Carla out and shout Virtual Link Suite out. So you'll have a chance to find out more about the Cultivate Trust in a Fragile AI World weather. Oh, Jay, oh my gosh, it's not true. Everything is impossible for all of us at one point, at some day. It takes a village. And for us together, nothing may appear to be impossible. And you're laughing because you mentioned Tom Cruise. I went to school with Ving Rhames, who was in Mission Impossible. I'd love to reconnect. We were School of Performing Arts back in the day. So maybe we're on YouTube for a reason. Those of you who know Ving Rhames, Irving Rhames from the amazing, I am not promoting another brand that is not a sponsor. You know his voice from the commercials. But as mom would say, and we're going to let Carla run too, and we're going to let Eve run for her evening because it's way past tea time. And Joyce, welcome.
Thank
to
you.
We Rise and Soar. Thank you. Come on back now and join us in a couple of weeks. And as Carla would say, it would not be a proper closing without saying stay safe, stay well, stay inspired, and stay in touch. Have a magnificent and a peaceful day filled with blessings, opportunities, and possibilities. Take great care. I'm so sorry we lost beautiful Cheryl. And check out Cheryl J. Moses because she's doing some amazing things. We will put their links in LinkedIn. We will make sure that if they're connected as a speaker, but please shout out Carla's Virtual Link Suite. Shout out Omega Healthcare. Shout out Exquisite Eve. Stay safe. Be well. Take great care.
Bye, everybody. Be well.
Bye bye. Stay in touch. Be well.